No doubt you have seen and followed the difficulties that many of the Middle Eastern nations and others have recently suffered. We had the Arab Spring, and one report stated that the Arab Spring was a series of protests and uprisings in the Middle East that began with unrest in Tunisia in late 2010. The Arab Spring has brought down regimes in some Arab countries, sparked mass violence in others, while some governments managed to delay the trouble with a mix of repression, promise of reform, and state largesse. Tunisia is the birthplace of the Arab Spring. The self-immolation of Mohamed Bouazizi, a local vendor outraged over the injustices suffered at the hands of the local police, sparked countrywide protests in December 2010. The main target was the corruption and repressive policies of President Zine El Abidine Ben Ali, who was forced to flee the country on January the 14th, 2011, after the armed forces refused to crack down on the protest. Since that time, a domino effect took place involving many nations. Wikipedia lists these as follows. To date, rulers have been forced from power in Tunisia, Egypt twice, Libya, Yemen. Civil uprisings have erupted in Bahrain and Syria. Major protests have broken out in Algeria, Iraq, Jordan, Kuwait, Morocco and Sudan. And minor protests have occurred in Mauritania, Oman, Saudi Arabia, Djibouti and Western Sahara. Whilst we can see and read all about the problems currently being experienced, what does the Bible have to say about these nations? There is a 71-page booklet available which will open your eyes and is available free of charge and without obligation. Let me quote selectively, due to time constraints, from the introduction in this booklet. It says, "The Bible speaks of many modern countries in prophetic terms, using of course ancient names for our peoples today. In order to understand biblical prophecies, one must understand the biblical identity of today's nations and countries. For instance, Jacob or Israel had 12 sons, the descendants of whom are alive today. The ancient tribe of Manasseh, a son of Joseph and grandson of Jacob, is predominantly the United States of America. Ephraim, another son of Joseph and grandson of Jacob, basically constitutes the English-speaking Anglo-Saxon member countries of the Commonwealth of Nations, formerly known as the British Commonwealth. This includes modern countries such as Australia, Canada, New Zealand and the United Kingdom or the British Isles, as well as part of South Africa. Another of the 12 sons of Jacob or Israel was Judah. The tribe of Judah, the Jewish people, is scattered today among all nations, with a large number now living in the modern state of Israel. Other ancient tribes of the house of Israel seem to be located in the following areas, and then these are listed. In addition, Bible prophecies clearly name many other nations that will be the focus of end-time events. In this booklet we will mainly discuss the biblical prophecies of 7 influential Middle Eastern and African nations that will play a crucial role in the not-too-distant future. The nations discussed herein are Egypt, Syria, Libya, Iran, Ethiopia, Turkey and Saudi Arabia. Major world events such as the Arab Spring might leave us in doubt or uncertainty as to the outcome of certain developments, but when we look at current events in the light of Bible prophecy and correctly understand the prophesied outcome, we will not be in the dark. Those brief comments should whet your appetite for the information that follows, And you can read this online by going to www.globalchurchofgod.co.uk, then go to Literature, and then click on the booklet, The Middle Eastern and African Nations in Bible Prophecy, and you will read much of interest. For those who don't have such access, then you can always write in for a free copy.